and campaign advisor, and Mark Thiessen, who is a fellow at the American Enterprise Institute and a former George W. Bush speechwriter. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Sure, Megyn. Thanks, Megyn.
Are you really at war? Are you at war on me, Mark?
No, not at all. Look, there's no war against women. What there is a war for the women's vote, and it's a war, quite frankly, that Barack Obama is losing. According to the Gallup tracking poll, when Obama took office in 2009, he had 70% approval rating with women. Today, his approval rating with women this week, according to Gallup, is 47%. That's a 23% drop since he took office. So he knows he's got to turn that around if he's going to get reelected. And so what he's doing is he's either creating or wading into all of these controversies. He's entering the fight over whether women should be allowed in Augusta National Golf Club. The Democrats up on Capitol Hill are trying to provoke a fight over the Violence Against Women Act. They're putting all these poison pill amendments in there to try and get the Republicans to block it. And that's why we have this controversy where the president is forcing religious employers to offer contraception and abortifacients to women in order to get, because he wants the fight. He could have easily blocked that fight by extending the exemption that was offered to churches to religious employers, but he wanted the fight. And that's what he's doing.
Is this, Simon, about good politics for the White House?
No, I mean, look, I think, Mark, I just want to say that was a great effort, because what's happened in the polling in the last couple of weeks is there's been a 20-point shift among women away from the Republicans towards the Democrats. It's had a dramatic impact in the presidential race. The president is now up in some polls by as much as 10 points. And so this is a really serious issue for the election. And I think what's happened is that women are waking up to the fact that the current Republican Party is, let's just take three examples, right? If the Republicans have their way, tens of millions of women and their families will lose health insurance. If the Republicans have their way, there's going to be massive cuts in education and daycare, transportation services that help working families deal with their daily life and make sure they have the kind of life for their kids that they want to have. And third, that you'll see us go back to an economic strategy that got us into this economic mess in the first place. So part of what's happening is, look, whenever a political party is complaining about the rules, or is making, is working the refs, it means that they're losing. And the thing is, what the Republicans would be smart to do is to deal with why it is that there's been this dramatic shift in the last few weeks away from their party and towards the Democrats. That's the real issue.
Mark, that's what Charles seemed to be saying, is that the reason that there's, this perception is he talked about a compliant media that's perpetuating what he thinks is a myth about a war on women. Whether it's a myth or it's real, does Simon have a point that it's resonating with women? Because according to the latest, I think it's Gallup, USA Today Gallup poll, President Obama is now leading Mitt Romney by a 60 to 30% margin among younger women in battleground states. This one, I think, is from New York, but they're saying this is in battleground states. This isn't the right poll, but he's leading Romney considerably with women.
Yeah, it's the USA Today poll. Look, I hope President Obama believes what Simon is saying, because it's good for the Republican Party. If you look at that poll, I mean, it's not surprising that Romney against